So, Stanz, welcome back to Divemas, first of all.
People are loving Divemas, and I have a message to the people, which they're already doing. Check me out on Twitch sometime, twitch.tv/Stanz. We do these live.
Last time we talked about SP7, we left on probably the biggest cliffhanger of the whole entire YouTube Deep Dive series.
Yeah, he killed a man.
Yeah, literally, Kib killed Parker. Before we resolve that conclusion, I'm going to fill you in on something that was happening throughout Season 1 that we missed.
Oh.
SP7, in their rise, got signed to Rooster Teeth.
Okay. With Bruce at Rooster Teeth.
Yes,
Autumn's
Bruce Green was
husband.
their head, but not for a while. This is just to give you context. This was happening all throughout Season 1.
And they wanted this. It's not like they needed the money. Like, this was a big step for them, I assume?
It was a blessing and a curse for SP7. Being with Rooster Teeth gave them a budget, salaries, and that's how they're able to pay for this office space that we've saw. Mm-hmm. However, Rooster Teeth needed to make money from SP7.
Yeah, I guess I have just now realized that the stuff we watched, I never saw like an ad. It was never like, check out NordVPN in the middle of one of these videos.
With signing with the Rooster Teeth came with some changes. And one of the biggest ones was a podcast.
Oh.
So this is episode 1 of their podcast, and this was uploaded 2 days after the finale of Season 1.
Right, and this is the podcast they are still making, because we've seen it on their channel. We looked at it the last one. Why we killed off Parker, Beyond the Pine.
So, like I said, this is 2 days after the finale of Season 1, Acrasia. And for me, it shows it's like the first sign of bad things to come. As fun as it was, no one at this point had subscribed to the channel to watch a podcast because it didn't exist. It led to viewers overall clicking on less Sugar Pine 7 videos, so the YouTube algorithm went, we won't show these to people.
Right, so then when they do make a main channel video, less people are clicking. Yeah,
exactly. The other aspect for me, like the reason that this is a sign of the dark days of Sugar Pine 7, is it pulls back the curtain a lot. So obviously the episode is titled Why We Killed Off Parker, and they're obviously not in character.
Yeah.
So they are just being their human beings themselves talking about
writers.
the episode.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people want to know, how you feel and how we feel about, like, why we killed you off and
For sure.
what's happening.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
going to be the only fucking reason they give a shit about this podcast.
Yep.
Steve or Parker wants to talk about it. It's not like a bad
Cool.
thing.
I mean, it's not terrible. I mean, it's essentially just time. It's a lot of time.
Yeah.
And then also, like, we had a conversation about this, and it was like one thing, you guys really want to push the barriers of like what you can and can't do on YouTube, especially. And I just can't be part of that. And I hate to be the guy that's like, guys, no, I can't do that because like I'm on Disney, so like I can't do that. And
Who
so
are you?
Finding out like why the characters did things. This is the first time we've heard any of them as actual human beings that isn't through the show itself.
Right, because in the show, they play themselves doing the jobs that they actually do. Right, the whole reason it was so exciting to us early on, and because it was true early on, is they were just people with a camera going out and doing things. And then they started spicing it up and adding things that were obviously fake. And eventually we've created this like half telenovela that ends with a character killing off another character. And that finally starts to disassociate away from like, wait, I thought these were just some boys with a camera. Now they're like doing things, and this is the real them. And it can be jarring for sure.
We talked about in the first part, but blurring the line between reality and fiction, this cuts that line completely. You can clearly see this is reality, that was fiction.
Yeah, the line is like thick now. It went from like, no, he's actually like that, to, oh, wait, never mind, I was wrong.
Yeah, it takes away from the allure of the show, and it also takes away from the views of the
main
content
channel
that people
videos. Yeah, the produced videos.
But anyway, we're getting way ahead of ourselves, Stanz, because the boys just killed Parker. So what happened next?
What do we do with the body? Are they actually gonna hide the body? Oh, hey, it's the killer guy.
I've thought about it, and I've decided it would not be efficient for me to help you bury Parker.
Damn, they're just criminals now? Steve actually a bad person. Steve, the character Steve in this, actually a bad person?
Why
Wrong?
is it Steve that you go and he didn't kill him? Kib punched him to death and then threw him on a table.
Yeah, but Steve is the reason that happened, and he's also helping him hide the body. I can excuse a crime of passion.
So for me watching this, I was like, how are they going to get back to the silliness that was Sugar Pine 7? Like, they've just killed someone, and they're kind of like now dealing with it with like some weight behind it that is still in cinematic mode, right? We're not back to like the funny, oh no, dude.
I live downtown, dude.
Anyway, Jeremy says no, so this is how they deal with the body.
He's working on a project. He went to another country. He's working on a special secret project that he can't tell anyone about, all right? He told you because you're his friend. It's all right. He's gonna be gone for a while, right?
But he's dead, though. Get back! Get back!
Bangarang!
It's a good one.
Oh, I think I'm gonna pass out.
This is so sick, this next bit.
Parker's body. How are we gonna dispose of it?
Are you fucking kidding me? You fucking.
Why is Parker's body right there?
And just like that, all of the worry that I had about Chapter 2 not being as great, holy shit, they managed to go from fucking crazy we killed someone back to funny. And it felt like natural and in character for all of them, and we're back, and it's fine. Parker's
they can
just
almost
dead.
they
Who
can just
cares?
pretend Parker's gone and like move on. He's just not a character.
Yeah. Now, SB7 in its season 1 hype ended up getting nominated for Comedy of the Year and Show of the Year at the Streamies.
Oh wow, is that why he was sitting next to Shane Dawson?
Yes, that's why he's in the background of that one.
Full circle, bro. We got there.
The post-credit scene has paid off.
Hello, everyone. We're here today to announce the nominees for the Comedy Award at the Streamies.
Rudy Mancuso.
And Sugar Pine 7.
Oh, okay. Crowd's loving him.
And the streaming goes to Liza.
Oh, they didn't win. Oh, 6 shot.
Well, there went our only shot at winning. Even though I was dead set on losing, I was looking at all of the nominees displayed on the screen, and I was honored to be listed in a category with them. So
Yeah, that's actually some heavy hitters. Holy shit. You Philip DeFranco, Rooster Teeth, Try Guys, Good Mythical Morning. What a time for YouTube, huh?
Right? They're all the GOATs, and they were all, like, relevant at this point.
Yeah, they were, like, at their peak, almost. Yeah.
And the streamy goes to Sugar Pine 7!
Oh, they won?
So, hell yeah,
that
baby. All right,
happened,
pause for a
and
second. Look at Steve's face. What a freeze frame. This is the moment that made me tear up on rewatch. I was so proud of SB7, especially for Steve, for getting to this point after like losing SourceFed. Not only did he bounce back, but he made something creative, revolutionary, and fun with his friends, and he got recognition for it.
Yeah. Dude, that's the Ludwig. That's crazy.
And then, in true Steve fashion, he makes a very poignant monologue. And if you're a fan of SB7, try and not tear up, because this is a tough challenge. The try not to tear up challenge, holy.
Oh, this is what gets you.
We walked up on stage to accept the award for Show of the Year.
What a memory, huh?
If you love what you do, you'll never have to work a day in your life. Well, I disagree. No matter how much you love what you do, you'll always have to work. And you have to work hard. Someday, when you're sitting with all the people you care about the most, all those hours you spent working turns into a moment like this.
And then the SourceFed offices.
Wow.
So good.
God, it's so nice to... And this is such a funny comparison. But have you watched Drew Gooden's video about Star Wars?
Yes, I have.
You saw
Great
it?
video.
And he compares even like good Star Wars with bad Star Wars, and how in like some of the worst things, they just like monologue everything. Like, I am doing this because of this. And it's like, hey, while it's obvious to fans of the channel, like you need to know that's the SourceFed office. And you need to know that like this has been his whole journey. It doesn't say like 10 years ago, I worked at SourceFed and now I won the award.
No exposition.
Yeah, there's exactly, which is just so, it like stomps all over the point you're trying to make. And to be able to fade the black on him outside the SourceFed office and know that your audience, your fans are going to feel this like emotional connection that you felt at that moment is like the point of doing the video.
Sadly, that monologue speaks to how Steve was feeling at the time, which basically carries on for the next like 2 years. Which is, even at their peak, he realizes that it's still a job and it feels like a job. And he's like, the graft is worth it for moments like this, right?
Yeah.
But moments like this don't happen all the time. You don't win the Streamies every year.
Sometimes they never happen. You know, sometimes you work hard. Yeah, that's tough. I'm so glad they got that moment.
They wanted a Streamy, they're the GOATs. Let's carry on with their series. This was like a mid-season plot point that is fucking crazy. I don't think you're ready for this, Stanz.
I'm not ready for this.
There's definitely been weird shit going on.
Yeah, you know, time and now again, some things happen that are super weird, but, you know, I don't think we should overthink it. I think it's just, you know, things happen, you know.
Is that a lisp? You have a mustard stain right there, right on the tip of your shirt.
See, so even the parts that are
Nothing like
like
a good old
with captions underneath them that are supposed to be like haha jokey jokey are still, they're like cinematic now, right? Like none of the characters are supposed to be holding this camera. No one's like going around doing each shot individually. This is shot like a TV show would be, which is great, but it's not the same as it used to be. They said a bit later that they saw the reception to Acrasia and how much people liked it and wanted to do more cinematic things.
Right. Although, I mean, it took a lot of work to get that payoff, right? You have to like build up the wood stockpile so you can burn it. You can't just do it every day. Yeah.
I don't think they realized that the build up to that cinematic moment was why that was so good rather than just the cinematic part.
Right. It's like if we spend a lot of time and effort on editing and good cameras and different shots, like everything can be like that, which is just unfortunately untrue.
Yeah, they also just wanted to do new things because they'd done 77 episodes of Alternative Lifestyle.
Yeah, you just get bored. You just want to do something different. You just want to get crazy. Do an animated episode. You know what I mean? You
exactly.
need
Yeah.
to do something. Yeah.
Interesting. We're focusing on the guy we don't know the name of. Surely nothing bad's gonna happen.
Huh?
What the?
What a great scream. Wait, does he know he's dead?
Yeah, everyone knows he's dead. Parker's back. What the
but
hell?
wait, he wasn't dead. He went out of country. I thought they told everyone a lie. Sorry, but they know he's dead now.
The group know he's dead. Yeah,
Got it. Okay. Like even Autumn knows? I guess I didn't know
the
where
Sugar Pine 7 know. Yeah,
I
Autumn
see.
knows.
Okay, got it. I didn't know. I thought those three were lying to everyone else.
Just as Parker was shown alive, Kib had also started to act strange.
He's rigid like rigor mortis.
Oh, what's that on his pants?
It's a cum stain.
I wish I could laugh at that, but I've been having a tough time laughing lately.
I'm gonna make some food. Do you want anything?
What the hell is happening here?
So I think by this point, he's realized Parker is like reincarnated, or like a zombie, and this is not normal.
Okay. You can't kill Parker twice.
You're not Parker.
Touch, sweet
What?
touch. You've given me too much to feel. You've almost convinced me I'm real.
Disney's not gonna like that.
So through some voodoo shit, turns out Kib got shot, and Parker's fine.
What?
So insane cliffhanger. This led straight into the next episode. So let's go.
We unkilled Parker. That's
Before
so
the video,
funny.
I tried to rationalize it in my mind. Maybe he deserved to die. That didn't really help, though. I used to be so afraid of death, but in a strange way, I envied Kib. I don't want to do this company anymore.
Oh, Jesus! Right into the camera.
What hurt the worst was that Kib's last words were, "It's a cum stain."
He's alive, Stanz!
You okay?
What?
Oh yeah, Gerald.
It's Kib!
Oh yeah, Gerald.
make-
Obviously, this is really well shot, produced, acted, etc.
Sure.
But it does feel like a bit of a change of pace to have stupid throwaway demon stuff that used to be in season 1 as a joke
Right.
be like used for a serious plot that brings back a character and nearly kills one.
Right, like the whole point of it in season 1 was literally just to like do demon voice and someone run out of the car. Like that is the joke in and of itself. It didn't progress the story necessarily.
Yeah, to like revert the weight of seriousness that happened with Acrasia with demons feels crazy, right?
Yeah, but I also understand sometimes wanting to get a little goofy. I think the most important thing we just saw was Steve looking dead into the camera saying, "I don't want to do this company anymore." That did not feel like part of the video. It felt like I am a tired man. It felt
This
like I
is
have
not
done
a
too much.
joke.
Yeah,
This
exactly.
is
It's the
not
Rick
a
and Morty
dance.
bit. Yeah, I'm begging for help. I need your help. Yeah,
I'm screaming for help.
Yeah, that's what this felt like to me. And it's almost like, hey, we're just gonna do dumb stuff until you let me out, until I can stop.
But like I said, this was like halfway through the season, so they brought Parker back. He'd stopped I think his Disney show got cancelled, so they were like, fuck it, he can now get shot and
So he's
swear.
actually just back after that?
Yes, but not like as a member of SB7, as just a person in the universe that they see every now and then. He's still
Okay.
doing his own thing.
Interesting.
They ended season 2 with a lead-up of episodes that basically started merging the real-life story with their on-screen characters. So this is them in the show, them talking about things that are almost like problems that their real-life characters are having.
Right, okay.
Which is great because it starts blurring that line again. The
right, which is what people
of
liked.
season 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, you're sure it has nothing to do with Kib not wanting to live with you?
Oh?
That's not that you didn't want to live with me. You just, him and Sammy Joe moved in together.
I just don't want to be an idiot anymore, you know? And like, I don't really feel like I get a lot of respect around here, especially from Steve. So I'm just trying to.
Yeah, I can see that.
Sheesh.
It's not cool, man. I don't want to be an idiot anymore.
It's kind of getting serious. Maybe you should turn off the camera.
Being boss to your friend is probably hard. Like,
Oh, good.
All of their problems seem so real, and I think that's probably because it comes from a real place, even though it's not 100% true. Steve struggling being a boss and a friend. Kib doesn't want to be a dumb person in videos because it makes him feel like he's a dumb person in real life.
Well, because people, I'm sure, treat him like that. You know, someone sees him on the street. That's how they know him. Yeah.
And James, we didn't really see in that, but he wants to do more serious stuff. He feels like SB7 is holding him back a little bit.
I love James. I'm the biggest James fan. I want to know, when this is done, I hope he's not fucking dead. I want to know where James is today.
He did actually die, unfortunately, Stanz.
Are you serious?
No.
Oh my God. Because you did that with Glee, and I was like, shit. And they're all dead.
Yeah, well, to be clear, I didn't do that with Glee.
You killed them all. You murdered them. It's not the victims of H-Bomber Guy anymore. It's the victims of Kant.
Cut to the penultimate episode. Crazy shit has happened. Kib has had a baby with Sammy Joe.
Oh, wow.
And Steve has found it in the woods. So Kib and James run to find it.
Why did he hide his baby in the woods?
Is that... Yeah. My baby, little Kib?
Is it dead?
This is your son.
Oh.
And it's not dead yet.
Oh, no.
Come here. 3 options. We put it out of its misery. That's option 1. Option 2, we raise it. We save it and we raise it to be our own.
Yes.
Option 3, we give it the company. I side with option 1.
Why would you want to kill it?
We will not kill my baby. We will not. There's no time for Christmas surprises, dude.
If you want to move a little bit this way. Hands me then.
Knowing your history with the Water
Dude,
Warriors.
pause
and
there.
knowing you
When I was watching this fucking live and he went, sorry, move the camera a little bit, hand me that again. I was like, wait, did they leave that in? They shouldn't have left that in, right? That's like, they should have edited that out, right?
Whether you're going to kill Kib's child.
James, what's my motivation to kill the baby? Why would I kill
your motivation
Kib's baby?
Your motivation to kill.
Stop. This is fucked. This is so
I didn't
fucking
think about
dumb.
I didn't think about the motivation.
Yeah, this is
actually.
really stupid.
Not even the motivation. This is so fucking dumb, dude. Why are you bringing, like, what's with the here good?
Yeah, Autumn's.
Well, I thought Autumn was gonna be here.
Autumn's not
but
here,
she's
dude.
on
Autumn's
break.
not
It
doesn't matter if Autumn's here.
And then I was like, wait, what? Are we fucking breaking the fourth wall here?
Hey, you're in the middle of an episode, brother.
Wait, this is so sick. Watching as a fan, I'm like, holy shit, they've done it. They fucking, this is great. I'm glued to the screen. I need more. Gimme.
No, dude, the story's stupid.
Show up to the writers' room meeting in the
You
morning.
just told us to meet you here.
That's
Idiot.
how we always did it. In the past, we would always just go to some place and shoot whatever worked.
You wrote me like a fucking idiot again, dude.
It's pretty hard to write you like anything other than an idiot when you are a fucking idiot.
Fuck you, dude. Are you fucking kidding me?
Hold on.
No.
Just turn this off for a second.
I do agree, like, this story's really stupid, dude. It's literally just the same stories we've been doing that don't work because they're just too far-fetched and you're just regurgitating the same shit. We should talk about this before we just go out and shoot.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I loved everything that they've done previously, but my only thing was like, it felt crazy that the demons were real, right? And they actually resurrected someone. And then here they are in the fucking season finale of season 2 addressing the fact that they themselves wrote some crazy shit.
Right.
And it's got too crazy and they need to make it more real.
I would say it's so sick and funny to be able to disassociate from something that maybe you're not like proud of or like. And maybe they use it as a springboard because this was like the finale they always imagined. But I like to think that this creative group of people got halfway through and were like, where are we? What is happening? Why do we or people
For sure.
care?
Yeah, that's why
what they
it's
wrote.
even better because it's all real, right? Like even the parts that are talking about the show itself, even though this is still the show and it's not real. It's just so well crafted and well done that you can tell not only how they were feeling in the moment, but also how the real them that's on the show is feeling about the show that they're making.
I don't know. I'm out. I'm just gonna go.
Just hold on.
No, I'm good.
So that's it, Stanz. This is the second to last episode of season 2. And the band's all broken up.
Right. It's over. Sugar Pine 7's dead. There's not even going to be a finale.
This brings us to tis the season 2 finale, tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la, because it's the Christmas episode. Woo!
Okay, their finale, when they've had all these problems, is a Christmas episode. That's ambitious.
It's all them in real life as themselves. So it's all cinematic. None of it's for the show.
Okay.
It's just really what happened with them.
Interesting.
But it's what happened with the versions of them in the show. You see what I mean?
Yes.
It's like, it's not the versions of them in the show that are making a show, right? It's confusing to keep track of. For context in this, there's 2 really, really well-written, directed, performed conversations that I want us to watch. One is with our James and famous actor James Allen McCune, who becomes a bigger part in season 2 and especially season 3.
Okay, insane.
He is basically trying to hit up James with his agent called Michael, and trying to get him an acting job as well as working on Sugar Pine 7. And James hasn't told the boys yet, so
right, he's nervous.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, of course. So glad you're here.
Yeah, me too. Can we talk for a second?
I'm out of here.
I'm not shooting you away, I promise. I just want to talk to James for a second. How you doing? You heard anything, or?
Damn, no answer. How you doing to no answer is like the saddest thing I've ever seen in my life.
No, I haven't heard from him. I mean, he's probably just busy. Actually, I mean, he told me he was going to call today, but you know how it is.
I don't want to work you up, but like, it looked pretty good from my perspective.
Oh, don't hint at me.
I'm not
give me
trying
spoilers
to,
on this, man.
Are you feeling good about it though? Like, is it doing something for you isn't taking away from them? They'll be happy that you're happy.
I just
Thanks,
don't know
James
if I want to
Allen
move on from this yet.
Just make sure that's a decision you're making for you.
So true.
Damn. How good is that?
I mean,
fucking,
I guess we'll just
the
see.
writing,
We'll see what he says.
the acting, the performing. It feels like there are 2 real humans having this conversation, and it's crazy for it to be a YouTube series, right?
I need your help.
Speaking of good, love you, man.
So that kind of hit hard. And then there's this conversation, which is fucking this goes deep.
I rearranged your room a little bit as well.
I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry, dude.
No, I was looking forward to it.
Me too. I really was. I mean, it could have been good. Could have been shit too.
Oh, you don't think it would have been good?
You probably would have just been annoyed by me the whole time. I don't know. Having an idiot in your house constantly.
Well, I mean, when you think about it, if you act
like my full body
like
cringe.
an idiot, you should be treated like an idiot, right?
Well, that's the thing, dude. There's a difference between Clay and Kib. Getting treated like an idiot when you're not in character doesn't feel good, especially by your best friend.
I just think there are a lot of situations where where Clay makes my life just as inconvenienced.
Well, I don't want to be like that anymore, and I don't want to be treated like it. It's as simple as that.
No, I'm sorry. I think what it comes down to is I'm just scared.
Of me?
No, I think I'm scared of the future.
You're afraid of the future?
Yeah, of course.
There's no reason to be afraid. We've got nowhere but good places to go. Look what we've done. Look what you've done.
When you're number 2, number 3, number 4, you have somebody
that in hindsight
to always...
Yeah. I mean, hey, they're not only not making like the Sugar Pine videos, Steve is not on the podcast.
When you're running the business and something bad happens, it's all on you.
Yeah, but it's not like that, dude. You don't have to make those decisions alone. You've got us. You know?
So true, Kib.
I appreciate that. I don't think you're an idiot, just so you know.
Thanks, man. Love you, brother.
Wow. And just like that, they wrapped up almost every single like end. All of the threads feel tied up, and it's like not only does it feel tied up from the show has become like real life.
Yeah, you feel like you know James, Kib, and Steve, like as human beings now.
Yes.
Post success.
In doing the research, I saw a comment that I was like, damn, I really agree with this. Then I realized it was my comment from 5 years ago.
That's actually so insane. I feel like it's breezed over a lot of people's heads how insane this is. In the last 2 episodes of Season 2, SP7 went from a show with skits in, then breaking the fourth wall halfway through the penultimate episode, and having the finale all be set as the characters' real lives. If the jump between the 2 realities becomes a recurring thing, I'm so excited for Season 3. Imagine seeing James being killed off or leave abruptly in the show reality because he's moved on to another job. They found an organic way to switch between skits and real drama. I'm so impressed, and it's all thanks to the champion Alfredo.
Yes, it's Alfredo, dude. That guy's spitting. Who's that guy? They're great.
Yeah, who knows? I wish, maybe he can work for me someday.
I fully was like expecting Season 3 to be a split between like the crazy episodes and then the real life drama of the real characters. So we would get basically like the best of both worlds. However, that didn't happen. We will get onto Season 3, but before we get there, here's a couple of things that just happened that aren't plot lines that are relevant to talk about.
Okay.
Like the songs that they made. We saw Just a Couple Friends being performed in an episode, but they did an actual music video for it.
I'm no one to overshare.
This is extra funny knowing that both Steve and Kib are like real artists now.
Yeah.
Just a couple friends and we're hanging out again. Just a couple friends and we're hanging out in the sun.
They basically had so much fun doing this, and specifically fans also enjoyed it.
Right, it's almost 1 million views.
They then decided, let's try and do some other songs, you know?
Sure.
This is the story of 2 stars.
Oh yeah, pause. You'll never guess who the person is that features in this video, but you can see him. Do you know who that is?
No.
Can you tell?
No.
It's James Buckley from The Inbetweeners.
Oh, really? The beard? What the hell?
Yeah, he became a recurring character in SP7 and is like friends with all the boys.
Oh, that's sick. That's actually awesome. Yeah.
I'll never fight in the light.
Cecilia! I never wanna feel you, Cecilia. Okay, classic love song. She's not really into him.
Yeah.
The twist comes season 2. Season 2, verse 2.
I want you now. I want you now more than ever. Wherever we go, we'll go together, baby.
This is my favorite bit of the song.
Maybe another time we could be together. Wait, what are you doing down there? Get away from that. Oh.
Give me like 2 seconds to think
Amelia. What are your thoughts on a threesome? Come back.
So they did a bunch of songs later on down the line as well, but there's a lot to cover, so let's move on. We talked about the special guests that they have. So we already talked about James Buckley, who was in actual videos, but also at the start of that one.
And also a Twitch streamer. Big fan.
There was the Valley Folk were in a bunch of SP7 videos as like their own characters. Markiplier was in quite a few SP7 videos, which is crazy. Cow Chop and Funhouse, who are both like under the Rooster Teeth umbrella, so they collaborated with each other quite a lot.
I saw a lot of people in chat saying like Cow Chop Deep Dive, have to do it.
Just to name a few. There are a bunch of people obviously across YouTube that have been in it. And Stanz, they also did a short horror film that was completely unrelated to SP7 that was called The Woods.
Okay. So Rooster Teeth helped them fund this? Is that kind of like the idea?
Yes.
Oh my god, it's so mushy.
Anyways, back to season 3.
Yes.
So as we left off, I was very excited for potentially there being fun episodes and then more real episodes.
Yeah, I mean, you literally left a comment saying, like, if only they do this.
Unfortunately, they didn't. They decided, basically, all the reception that they received that was positive was on the cinematic episodes and the scripted stuff and the storylines. So they just went full script, storyline, cinematic, and basically that was all season 3 was.
Interesting. Okay.
The channel at the time was going through so many different changes that there were so many different changes in the style of content. It was hard to figure out what was the season and what wasn't part of the season. They had started to do these like very, very scripted alternative lifestyle videos that were like the season finales of the previous ones, but it was basically every episode.
Oh, wow.
To make up for that, they then started videos where they would just go to a random place and do a random thing as themselves. You can see from the different thumbnails that were uploaded at the time, there's like the ones with the bars behind them are them just going to do fun things. The ones that aren't are like the actual plot of SB7.
I'm sorry, Sexy Nightmare has 25 million views? What is happening here?
Yeah, you can tell why.
That's crazy. That's so many views.
It's by far the most viewed video on their channel. The next is like 2 million, I think. So
that's insane. I think the thumbnail for this one should be Sexy Nightmare, and I'll pop a tit.
Great, yeah, we'll do that. So as you can see, there's like a very, very big like mix of content on the channel.
Right. Yeah, there's a podcast, there's scripted episodes, there's like just going out and doing things. It's kind of tough.
It separated the fan base, I feel like, to like people that wanted the story and people that just wanted the fun bits. Instead of it giving an audience for both, it like diluted the audience. So in general, just less people were watching all these videos. Now, this isn't really a pop quiz, Stanz. This is just your opinion, okay?
Okay, no wrong answers then, huh?
No wrong
You hear that, YouTube? There's no wrong answers.
Having said that, I do have 2 answers written down. So if you don't say these, you're incorrect. What do you think the main draws of the original Season 1 SB7 was?
Oh, yeah, I think as someone who has kind of been whirlwinded through this, and I haven't watched every episode, so it's like unfair for me to speak for the fandom, but I absolutely think the draws are like, this is something me and my friends could do with a camera. This is our sense of humor. They were inspired by the same videos that I like to watch, right? They saw Casey Neistat do vlogs. They saw David Dobrik do his kind of stuff, and they were going to do their own take on it with like a little bit of improv and storytelling. And I want to be a part of that like magical journey.
Yeah, for sure. It's the boys like memeing and doing the improvised stupid shit. Being real, I think is
being real. I think is the core of all that.
You see yourselves in them. The pretense of like not knowing what is like actually real helps as well. And I think that is taken away when you separate the videos from being, this is definitely not real, and this is real, and we're just going to a funny place.
Specifically, if they're doing like just going like bowling.
It's still a really enjoyable, funny video, but it turns from an SP7 alternative lifestyle vlog into just a vlog of them doing funny stuff. Basically, because of the like oversaturation, there was just so much content going in so many different directions. It was hard to keep track of like what episodes you needed to watch for the storyline, especially when the storyline gets as insane as famous actor James Alan McCune blowing up the Sugar Pine 7 office.
Excuse me?
I just love you a whole lot.
Wait, why is James Alan McCune doing this?
For context, there's a lot of context here, actually, I should give you. So that is Mimi, who is in the office, and it is James Alan McCune's girlfriend and also real girlfriend in real life.
Okay, great.
The reasons behind this happening is crazy. Basically, Michael, who is the agent that we talked about before, hates SP7. He tried to make his own SP7, I think, at some point, and then basically got James Alan McCune to blow up the SP7 office to try and shut them down.
Okay, got it. And James Alan McCune did it.
Michael was also the agent of our James, the Water Warrior. He was really good as a villain, but like, as you could tell, the fucking severity of what's happening feels very disconnected from...
Yeah, the show doesn't need a villain because it's about their relationships.
Yeah.
And
also, he's just a fucking agent for actors, which is crazy that he's like now blow up a building.
Right, which is what agents do, that's for sure. Let's do it.
Trying to come to the office to play.
We need to get Fortnite at home.
He doesn't know that she's in the office, Stanz.
I'm at the office.
She's at the office playing Fortnite, bro.
Get out of there right now. Mimi, get out of there right now. Come on. Move. Mimi.
Holy shit!
Me?
No.
So,
I think I want to say it one more time before you move on. The fact that they leak all of their houses and office is fucking insane. I cannot get over it.
Literally where their office was.
Yeah, and you could very easily
find it.
Yeah.
What's crazy about this is Mimi doesn't die.
Huh?
and she's just covered in bandages.
Right,
and,
Two-Face arc.
Like hospitalized, even though the explosion happens like right next to her. And we see, if you press play,
you got it.
The headphones that she was wearing.
Oh, got launched out and are on fire as well.
But she's alive and fine, you know?
Right. Yeah, you kind of wish, even if they were willing to go into this goofy world, you kind of wish they had like real stakes.
Michael has blown up the office. Well, James has blown up the office, but on Michael's behalf, nearly killed someone, and basically is just a really big bad guy now. So they're gonna go and take him down in the 30-minute season finale.
Right, and it's called The Last Video, and I'm presuming is that true?
It's not true. This is season 4.
Oh, this is season 4. Okay, got it. Whew, I thought maybe that was the end.
I gave him one fucking acting objective.
Is that Michael?
This is Michael.
Okay, got it. I hadn't seen him yet.
He couldn't even hit his mark. It's not even worth a Razzie. Fuck me. Yeah, simply.
Damn, is Michael the best actor in the show?
Michael's great. Yeah,
that was fantastic. I saw a lot of the acting. You could tell like they wrote it and they're like really trying hard to convey certain things. Michael crushed it.
I think both Jameses are fucking goated actors. Michael's also really good. But so this is where it gets fucking batshit crazy.
Right, this is like an episode of Video Game High School. Like, what is happening?
Yeah. Michael has armed guards with AK-47s that are going to start shooting against the trio of SP7. Which this feels disgusting.
That's sick.
This feels more insane than the kid having a baby and he's in the park and they're going to kill him plotline.
Well, that's because kid having a baby and it's in the park and they're going to kill it was just like a mechanism for them to talk about their real problems. Whereas this
was a mechanism to talk about how stupid the show has got for them to get annoyed.
Correct.
You're right. Yeah.
Which is one of the real problems. This is the real version of it.
They're not about to break the fourth wall and go, damn, this shit's crazy, isn't it? This is real. This is what is actually happening in the show.
Everything about me is decided by you. And if it's not decided by you, it's decided by everybody else.
Yo, did Barry just yoink from Sugar Pine 7, by the way? Have people been talking about this?
All this is pretty irrelevant right now, considering I just pulled the pin on a grenade.
Oh. The fuck, man, why? We were solving this with words. This seemed like a good thing we had going here, too. What the fuck is this?
This is what you taught me to do.
Where's the pin? Fuck!
So this is crazy, Stanz, because they showed the impact that it had, and also fucking James was holding the grenade.
Yes.
They are both fine.
Wow.
Already talked to Kib. He's gonna take over wheelchair duties. Hands like.
So that's James, and there's Michael.
Shut up, nurse.
So they all ended up in hospital, just bandaged, completely fine.
Ask me where this all
in SP7 fashion, Steve ends with a great monologue. Let's hear it.
Oh.
But now that this is finally over, I think it's all coming back together. We're just a couple friends who got lost somewhere along the way. And now we're just ready to have fun again.
Oh.
Yo!
Dude, they did the same thing in season 2. I actually am starting to hate them just like distancing themselves from the thing they made. Yeah, that was bad, but now it's good.
Well, they're saying more that like, hey, we realize where you wanted us, which was just a couple friends, which is exactly what we were saying was great about season 1.
Correct. I want them to have fun. I want them to be happy. You know what I mean? Especially after watching season 2. It's like, oh, wow, yeah, they're not actually that happy.
So everyone who was watching this and was still around was so excited. They released the first episode of season 4, and it has a crazy tone because it feels like an apology video.
We're not trying to overstep. And that was an issue that we had in the past, because I think after Acrasia, we saw the reception to that video, and we assumed that all videos should be like that.
A fair assumption.
Story.
People tell you you're good.
Tend to get back to the old ways and just have fun again, but that also does come with like, what haven't we done?
What do you feel about now officially working for Rooster Teeth, not having a boss? You're no longer the boss. You're a boss, small b, not a capital B.
I made a teepee. Welcome to the warehouse we shot the previous season finale at. It's one of the many big-ass rooms in this big-ass building we've moved into. It's an even bigger building than SourceFed, but even though it's bigger, the same people are still making the same mistakes.
Can you like wait down the bottom so I can climb down?
Can you ready to go? Yeah.
That's so funny.
Do you remember Stanz?
Yeah, the ladder from the source fed.
First time we saw James.
Yeah, source fed is closing.
Ladder.
He's up on the ladder and hey, can someone let me down or whatever?
It's so sick. What a reference.
Yeah, I need some help.
So good. So season 2 and especially 3 had like burnt them out of the story aspects. And they'd seen a decline in viewership because of it. But unfortunately, that decline didn't stop when they switched back to season 4.
So it's like the thing didn't work. They were really hoping for that. Yeah.
As a channel that has been bought by Rooster Teeth to make money, it's tough when it's no longer making as much money as it used to.
Yeah, it's crazy because Steve went through this with SourceFed, where he was like, no, we needed to make money, but we were starting to get there. Like, maybe these things could work. And now he's like almost experiencing that again for another conglomerate.
Let's cut to 130 episodes later, I think.
30 episodes from this?
From this, dude. Season 4 has 170 episodes in it.
We're still 5 years ago. We've been talking about Sugar Pine 7 for 7 hours between these two videos. We're 5 years ago. There has to be a third one. We cannot cover 5 years.
No, this is all covered. This is all covered.
And then we decided to make all of Alternative Lifestyle a narrative.
Dun dun dun.
So this is them talking about season 3 of.
Creatively, it was very fun.
Sugar Pine 7.
It was very fun.
Right.
But from a business perspective.
From a business perspective, something that's sustainable on YouTube, worst thing we could have ever done. The only thing that would have been worse than making season 3 all narrative driven and putting out like one video every other week is just not making videos at all. I actually looked to you guys because you both have a lot of YouTube experience. And you were just like, yeah, James, let's do it.
Which is very, very funny.
Yeah, because he's like, I like film. I'd love to make films. Is that a good idea? And they're like, fuck yeah, do it. And now he's looking back, he's like, why'd you let me do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, that was awful. That was a terrible idea.
If I'd known it would kill our channel and jobs, I wouldn't have done it, dude.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, I just would have done it on the side with someone else, not on Sugar Pine 7.
I think a couple things that kind of kept our spirits up. One was very surprising. Out of nowhere, we were in Variety magazine.
Oh.
And that was very strange because you drive down the 405 or you go up the 405 North, you see the building with the Variety sign, like that's a huge publication.
You want to get real? You don't have to if you don't want to, but the views.
I mean, once again, I've been on YouTube for probably, I think, 8 years. Well, if it's 2019, then it has been 8 years. It just happens. My channel's seen worse days than this, and obviously we've seen better, but it's a roller coaster. When you get in these down months, it takes a toll on you, I think, emotionally. You just see our childhood slipping away.
Oh my God, don't say that to me.
So it feels like from the end of 2018 video, Steve is basically like teeing up the fact that they might not have a job. In like 2019.
Yeah, it's like, hey, mistakes were made and things aren't always going well, and sometimes you have to grow up and move on. I can only think back to him looking into the camera and going, I hate this. I would like to do anything else with my life.
So at the time, the uploads were basically just as sporadic as previously, if not more so.
Oh, like the style of content and like what's going on.
Yeah, so I think this was in an attempt to do something new to get more people to watch, or maybe it was just because they wanted to do some fun things and be creative and not just be tied down to doing the same thing all the time, which is very fair. But I think this contributed to the continuing decline of viewers, right?
Right. I mean, prank call, bird box kissing challenge.
So this carried on then for the next 3 months until, for the first time in like 2 years, they took a break.
Oh, wow.
A 1 month break where I feel like, looking back, they knew what was going to happen, or at least Steve did, or someone at Rooster Teeth did. So they went, hey, have a break. Have a month off.
Hey, paid break. When you come back, you go to the guillotine.
So when they did eventually come back, they released a series of 3 videos. Here is the first one, Where We've Been.
If you came out to the show, it was nice to see you. If you're still here watching, thank you for being here. Well, I hope you watch this and you recognize that we're real people too. And just like you, we also have problems. I gotta take a call. I gotta take a call.
Oh dear, dude. I wonder what the call was about. Well, let's skip to the next episode.
Dude, great cliffhanger. I feel like, honestly, they just need to hit some cliffhangers again, because that shit makes you want to watch another one.
This is the first time I've been a place with friends like this. It's scary, isn't it?
Farting. How have you been, man? What have you been doing?
Good. You know, just this and that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. I hated just about everything he was saying. I knew that there wasn't any real potential there for anything interesting. But for the first time, I acted like there was, because I wasn't sure when I would see Jeremy again. Or anyone at this table.
Sorry. How you doing?
I've got some meth. I'm actually getting pretty full.
They've been let go.
When I say
I'm not in a weird mood.
Oh, no.
I decided it just wasn't the right time to tell everyone. This was supposed to be a happy night.
Have you ever had to tell someone something and then you just like keep putting it off? It's the worst feeling in the world.
Yeah, especially when you know it's going to fucking negatively impact people you care about.
Yeah, exactly.
Scroll down to the comments, because this is... unfortunately, this comment doesn't age very well. I think it's the top one.
SB7 is going back to the roots, and I love it. It's hard to tell what's real and what's fake. What's going to happen? And the vagueness, amazing. Whether it's real or not, here's to a hopefully future. I have to assume that it's all real, what we're seeing.
That's what the sad part is. This was all real. But what's crazy is people were saying what I've been saying the whole time since 5 years ago, dude. The fucking line between the reality and the fake is like... The fact that you can't tell what's real was so interesting about the season 2 finale, and... they're doing that again in this, and you can't tell as a viewer what is meant to be real or what isn't meant to be real. Right. Unfortunately,
it was all
just
real.
all real.
Yeah, it's just all real. I mean, yeah, you could tell by the vibes, but I guess if you were getting to know them, you would think that it was real in the beginning too, in season 2.
What's crazy is that was the last alternative lifestyle episode uploaded for like a couple of weeks.
Oh, wow.
But they carried on with the podcasts because that was like a contractual obligation. But they just didn't really address that they were no longer in the office and they were filming the podcast from Steve's bedroom. And it was like kind of somber and a very different vibe. Before they officially said anything, this was the closest that we got.
It's weird that they have a video called The Last Supper, where obviously things are going wrong, and this is what we get.
You'll find out why. You'll find out why. Don't worry. It's not it's not their fault.
Need to bring from there to make this place seem really amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, next.
It's funny.
James looks at him like, bro, what are you talking about?
Because they can't talk about Sugar Pine 7 being cancelled. Right. So Steve was about to say there's some stuff I need to get from the office because I'm never going back there again. And he was like,
Yeah.
Next week's gonna be a doozy.
Next week is gonna be a doozy, James.
Yeah, we have a lot of cool things that we're working on.
We do?
Where are you going after
I'm choosing not to be coherent. I have to...
So then after that... Dude, that sucks.
Dude, that sucks. Where it's funny, but it hurts. He's like, yeah, I gotta clean all my shit out of the Rooster Teeth office and probably fucking file for unemployment. That's so funny. Yeah. Well, I guess if we're saying it, I'll say it.
It's so good.
So Steve looking at the camera, just like when they won the award.
So this then culminated in a very sad last video. Sugar Pine 7 is cancelled.
Damn. Oh my god. So is he addicted to pills?
I think it's Adderall. So yes. This is like Steve's such a good filmmaker, dude, because this is you can tell exactly where his headspace is making this, and he hasn't said anything or he's only shown what he's doing.
Yeah, no music. Actually, not even seeing his face at all. Dark. Yeah.
I thought about it for a while, but there doesn't seem to be a right answer. So I'll ask you. Maybe you'll know. How do you tell your best friends they don't have jobs anymore? I can't say I didn't see this coming, but...
On the lead up to making this video should have been out before the podcast that they'd released. Right. they did
because
like
they all
3
know
podcasts after this, and Steve just couldn't get around to like doing an ending for this.
It's
I think
hard.
a lot of his endings have like a bittersweet feeling, and this was just bitter. He couldn't.
no sweet.
He didn't want to do it. It's really hard to watch, especially as going through everything that we've just have, right?
So, how do you tell your best friends they don't have jobs anymore?
This is also the value of not knowing what's real and fake in like older seasons makes this scene like so powerful, because you're kind of hoping that like they pull out of it, right? You're hoping that there's a bit, and the fact that there's not is like, ugh.
I wish that this ending felt like a new beginning, but it just felt like the ending.
Oh my God, so jarring.
Oh, dude. That sucks.
That was it? That's it?
Yeah. Which is great. Like, that's a perfect way to show
it was
cinema.
phenomenal, but it's like, man, you just want, you want to pull something out of it. You know, it's like, give me some wisdom. Tell me it's going to be okay. And it's like, nope.
It's especially sad because of what Steve has been through with SourceFed, where that was an ending, but it was like the beginning of his creative, like he had an opportunity there to make a channel that he loved, and for that then to end the same way, but the ending be final and not feel like a new beginning is brutal. But Stanz, it wasn't the end, not for the YouTube channel at least.
Okay.
Because as you can see, the podcast still exists.
Yeah, they're still doing it. I infiltrated the Church of Scientology. Actually, that's so funny.
I love the podcast, especially through COVID. It is just them just being goofy and funny with each other, but sat down in a room rather than going out and doing things. I think you would personally love it because it's just all slop.
I do love slop.
So if you don't know, we have a podcast, Binge and Cringe, where we talk for 30 minutes about random shit and then go and watch a TV show.
Yeah.
But the random shit that we talk about, I feel like if we had a third person that was also as fucking deranged as us, then it would be very much like the SB7 podcast.
I see. Got it.
Sometimes they didn't get sponsors, and when they didn't, they would make up their own sponsors. And this particular one, I was trying to find like funny clips of the podcast to give you an idea, which is really hard with a podcast because it's
sometimes
the whole
you need
idea is that
lore.
you sit down,
It's
for
built
50
up.
minutes.
Yeah.
But this particular bit was very funny.
The chewable gummies.
No, Tamagotchi is the fucking little thing that you take care of, right?
No, you're thinking
No, this is
of-
the candy form of it. Just the candy department.
So thank you so much for Tamagotchi for sponsoring us. If you are looking for something to eat and something to play, you get yourself a Tamagotchi. You can.
Do you play with it before you eat it, or do you eat it?
Well, a little bit of both. You can actually, inside the gummy, there is a microchip. You can eat it first.
And it tracks you.
Play Tamagotchi, or you can eat it first and play it after it's been in the toilet.
But
That's
what
my
is the
favorite game.
But what is the game?
It's an RPG.
You're actually raising the same
inside.
No, it's an RPG.
But you're not actually able to
Open
touch it
world.
and play. How big is the gummy that
It's
you're
about
eating?
the size of a
The
quarter.
gummy's
the size of 4 quarters.
This is the best bit.
Imagine it.
What?
You know, stop pretending to suck your own dick, man. This is
No, what?
Give me, I'll hold it for you, dumbass.
Okay, I'm gonna show you guys.
I'm your sponsor.
So, thank you so much for Tamagotchi. This is how you play Tamagotchi. If you'd like to, use code PLINE. And you take the Tamagotchi, and you just grab
You getting that on the audio? Is that picking up on the audio?
Sucking my dick.
Is that picking up on the audio? It's so
Yeah, you gotta get the way to play.
Eventually, Steve left the podcast.
Right. Very sad.
It had become clear that Steve wasn't really enjoying doing the podcast. He'd just prefer to talk and hang out with Kib and James, like without the constraints.
Off camera. Yeah, let's
Yes.
just hang out, yeah.
But Kib and James carried on their podcast. I think when Steve left, a lot of people might have thought that like he'd fallen out with James and Kib.
It's an
'cause
easy
usually if like
thought to
someone
have.
leaves a podcast, but he still talks to them to this day. As proof of this, James made a film called 3 Kings that he starred in, wrote, directed, produced.
Oh, wow.
And it's actually really good. It's free on YouTube. We should go check it out at some point. But they did like a little premiere video vlog around the time. And you'll never guess who was in the video.
I mean, I hope it's Steve.
I love the new camera.
There's my new camera. What do you think?
James, it's so great to be vlogging again.
See Sugar Pine 7 videos now.
So as this shows, James was busy doing film things, making his own stuff. He works for a production company. Kib actually got a record deal almost straight away after SB7 died, and has now released a bunch of music as Whales Talk.
That's sick. Directed, shot, and edited by James.
And it's crazy because this is like my fucking genre, dude. It's like kids making music for me.
This is the Connell Johnel.
Someone in chat was just saying, what the fuck? I've been listening to him for months without knowing who it is.
Yeah, knowing
which is
it's kids,
crazy.
yeah.
I think it's great. And he is a really good artist in his own right. Speaking of really good artists in their own right, Steve released a bunch of music under the alias Sugar.
She said to me,
Yeah, 2 million views. What a creative group of friends, huh?
Right? Steve decided to pick up streaming on Twitch, and it was just before this game that you might not have heard of, Stanz, Among Us, came out. And the rest is history, because he fucking popped off and became like a huge streamer, and people now know him mainly as the guy that's in a bunch of Among Us videos, rather than the guy that started Sugar Pine 7.
Yeah, there was someone in chat that was like, I learned about Steve from 5UP videos. And it's like, that's wild.
And I think it's much better placed than he was at the end of Sugar Pine 7.
Yeah, we rated him after the first Sugar Pine 7 deep dive.
Yeah.
He was just playing Valorant, having a good time. Just literally, that's it. That's what he liked.
Kib and James are still carrying on the podcast to this day. They had like a couple months hiatus and then have recently come back with what they're calling season 2, which is sick. I would have really hated to do this dive ending with the end of Alternative Lifestyle, because that is such a sad ending. When in reality, this isn't a sad ending, right? Everyone is happy and in a better place than they were even before Sugar Pine 7 got cancelled. And for me, it's better to always look back at things and be happy that they happened rather than be sad that it ended.
Totally. That's sick.
And that's Sugar Pine 7.
Wow, what a world. It feels like looking at like a colony of ants or like a snow globe, and then you see all these insane things, and then you zoom back out and you're like, it's crazy I didn't know that. You know what I mean? These people have had such interesting lives and affected so many other, not only content creators, but just people. They know people that I know. They stream on the same website that I'm streaming on right now, and it's like they were doing this 8 years ago. They were just being goofy. That's cool.